This is my final video overview of what I learned in MU237, Intro to Music History. Basically what I got out of the class while we were there was kind of how music has developed over the years and how it's progressed and how it was different in each culture and each country in different parts of the world. What really stood out to me was how some of these composers arranged and somehow like how young they were when they started writing. Like Mozart, he was like a child prodigy. He was like writing minuets and symphonies before he was even 10 years old, and how him and Haydn and Beethoven were in the school of Vienna, Viennese school in Vienna, and like how they were very prominent in that area. And then when I get to when we started doing the listening quizzes, I really enjoyed that. Like, I could really, by listening to the music, and it kind of put two and two together, just instead of just like reading notes. I really enjoyed like listening and studying the pieces versus just reading about them and looking at my notes. Like the ones that really stood out to me was Fanny Mendelssohn's September piano work, Sonata 5 by Cage, where they put nuts and bolts in the piano, and then one of Brahms' symphonies. So some of those pieces that really stood out to me. And then like in the jazz era where you have blues, and when Gershwin started appearing, and then you had Debussy's music. So like what really stood out to me was the different composers and how they're all different, and how you can tell kind of who you're playing sometimes. Like, you can really tell the difference between Debussy's music between other composers, because it's so different. And I know, like, being a piano major, and I really like Debussy's someone I like to play his music. And then like learning about the different types of instruments and how they've evolved from like the harpsichord all the way up to the piano we have now, stringed instruments all around the world. Like, they're all different. There's not, like the didgeridoo, how it's not, we think of the didgeridoo and what it sounds like, we think of outback Australia, but it's really not. It's from like the tribal areas, and that's, they use it for religious and rituals and things like that. So we kind of have a different take of it than what society likes to label things, So I really enjoyed the class, and I look forward to 411 and 412.